The X-Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell is largely an opinion talk show. All opinions, comments, or statements of fact expressed by Rob McConnell's guests are strictly their own and are not to be construed as those of the X-Zone Radio Show or endorsed in any manner by Rob McConnell, Relmar McConnell Media Company, the X-Zone Broadcast Network, its affiliated networks, stations, employees, or advertisers.
All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X-Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
And welcome back to the X-Zone, everyone. My name is Rob McConnell, and my guest this hour is David Champion, and David is a psychic, and he'll be doing psychic readings for one and all who give us a call now at 1-877-528-8255. That's toll-free throughout the U.S., Canada, Alaska at 1-877-528-8255. However, before we get to David, I received a couple of emails over the last half hour about why I was asking Elizabeth so many questions about her regression hypnosis. Well, it's very simple. Hypnotic regression is very questionable. It's not used in court any longer. It is not accepted as an accurate way of investigating occurrences that may have happened to a subject, but for one reason or another they do not remember it anymore. The person who is conducting the regression session can play a very major role in the outcome of the session. For example, if you've got someone like Elizabeth who went to see Barbara Lamb or Dr. Mack or Bud Hopkins, who are all very involved in alien abduction scenarios, they have a tendency to try and conduct the session into a direction that will confirm or possibly lead to an indication that an abduction did happen. Now, if Elizabeth would have told me that she had gone to independent hypnotists for independent sessions and that they came out with the same results, I would not have pressed that issue so hard. However, based on the fact that the hypnosis was done by people within the alien abduction community, I do not give any of those regression sessions any credibility whatsoever. If Elizabeth would like to undergo a separate hypnosis session, I'll be very happy to arrange it for her. If Elizabeth would like to go under a polygraph test, I will be very happy to arrange it for her. If Elizabeth would like to undergo a psychological stress evaluation, or PSE, which is an audible way of telling if somebody is telling the truth or an untruth, I would be more than happy to arrange that as well. I cannot, with any honesty, say that I believe her story. I believe she believes what happened. But I do not believe, after talking to so many people over the years who claim to have had alien encounters, alien abduction experiences, that she truly had one. I think she believes she had one. However, I really doubt that she did. When I come back from this 2-minute commercial break, I will be joined by David Champion, and we'll be talking to David about his experiences as a psychic since he was 9 years old. Give us a call, X-Zone Nation. 1-877-528-8255 is toll-free. David Champion, my guest, will be with me when we return in 2 minutes as the X-Zone continues live and around the world on the Talkstar Radio Network from our studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada.
Take a step back in time and discover old Florida cuisine at Marsh Landing Restaurant in Fellsmere. Enjoy delicacies such as frog legs, gator tail, catfish, and swamp cabbage, or enjoy the more traditional cuisine like hand-cut Angus steaks, ribs, and seafood. Join us for breakfast with a southern flair featuring sweet potato pancakes, biscuits and gravy, and much more. Planning a party? Marsh Landing's private dining room can accommodate groups from 8 to 80 people. While you're visiting, enjoy the historic pictures, artifacts, and stories that line the walls. Marsh Landing is truly a unique experience. Marsh Landing Restaurant, 44 North Broadway in historic Fellsmere, or visit marshlandingrestaurant.com. Marsh Landing, old Florida cuisine at its best.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi, you can still listen to the X-Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell, The Science of Magic with Gwilda Wiyaka, X-1, Dimension X, Space Patrol, and every minute of the X-Zone Broadcast Network by calling 213-401-0080, courtesy of Audio Now. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan, and it's free if you have unlimited minutes. Call 213-401-0080 to listen on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Remember 213-401-0080 for the best of the paranormal, parapsychology, and sci-fi radio programming anywhere, 24/7, 365.
This is Johanna Carroll, host of Dialogue with Divinity on the X-Zone Broadcast Network. While walking along Kaanapali Beach in Maui this past year, I kept discovering all these shells and coral in the shape of hearts. My dialogue with Divinity was very simple. Do you want me to do a retreat to heal people's hearts in Maui next year? And of course, the answer was yes. As a master spiritual teacher, I am offering you a neat retreat called Rise, May 8th through the 12th, 2017, and the chance of a lifetime to rest at a 5-star resort for 5 days and experience a spiritual renewal of your heart and soul. Kaanapali is one of the top 5 beaches in the world. This stunning resort has undergone a $40 million renovation. I walked the entire property, checked out the room choices on your behalf, and I must say it is stunning. Our conference room faces the ocean with sliding glass doors. Maui is known as Mother Maui because it is a soft, gentle, healing energy. In the embrace of Mother Maui, you will feel yourself rising from the limitations of an ordinary life to an extraordinary journey of peace, bliss, and harmony. A greater sense of clarity. Our Rise retreat ignites renewal in the sacred elements of air, water, earth, fire, and wind. There's plenty of free time to enjoy all that Maui has to offer. A small deposit is required now to reserve your space, as this retreat, it will sell out. For more details, please go to johannacarroll.com and register today. Aloha, and I'll see you in mystical Maui.
Don't forget, this coming Monday, we are going to be doing an hour special on the conspiracy that Paul McCartney is actually dead and that someone by the name of Billy Shear actually took his place as a Beatle. That's this coming Monday here on the X-Zone. My guest this hour is David Champion, no stranger to the X-Zone. It's always great having David with us. Since the age of 9, he has experienced various forms of psychic information. At the age At that age, he was answering the phone by greeting the person he knew would be on the other end. I guess David was the first form of caller identification that we had. That was until his father made it quite clear that he'd prefer that David stop, since he was unnerving those callers to the house. So many interesting and unusual events from then until now have occurred in his life which confused him or saved him, that it would be not practical to try and tell us all about them here on the X Zone Radio Show. But David will mention one time when he was in his early 20s and prayed to God for roots. He felt he needed stability in his life and specifically asked for roots. And David, welcome to the X Zone, and can you tell us what happened when you asked for your roots?
Well, I was selling encyclopedias, and it wasn't going too well that particular day. And I said, Lord, what I really need is roots. I've got to stop this vagabond way of life. I need roots. I was at a trade show. It was 1969. It was October. And a few minutes later, I went, I didn't think anything about it. I went to find something to do, waiting for customers. And up walks a young woman, and we started talking. And after a few minutes of just casual conversation, she said, I just had my handwriting analyzed. Would you like to see it? I said, oh, sure. Not thinking anything of it. I flipped it over. I said, oh, my God, what is your name? Her last name was Root.
Oh, my goodness.
She looked at me and she said, are you all right? What could I possibly tell this woman? I was praying for roots, and up walks a woman with the last name of Root? No, that would never happen. So I just told her I had a very long day. 2 weeks later, I told her we've been married in September 38 years.
That is a wonderful story. I love that story. So how have you been since you and I last talked here on the show, my friend?
I've been excellent.
That is great to hear. That is great to hear. Tell me, are you getting a lot more questions asked to you that are deeper than you've had in the past? Are you finding a change in the way that people are looking at life and the different types of questions that they're seeking?
Well, initially I was getting, does he love me? And I still get those.
Yeah.
Can I trust him? That kind of stuff. But I'm getting more and more people seeing me as sort of their concierge service in all different kinds of questions, from judges to attorneys to architects, engineers, human resource people, just a wide range, and not only from the United States and Canada, but the UK. I get a lot of calls from the UK, and I have regulars in Norway, and I have regulars all over the world.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, when the X Zone Nation calls to speak to you tonight, David, we have a number of people who heard you were coming on the air, and they're already on hold. What information do you need from them before you can actually give them the answer to one or two questions?
Excellent. I need the father's name, their mother's name, every job they've had since second grade. Plus, I need their name on their birth certificate. No, I don't need anything.
I can just see them saying, oh, my God!
No, I actually don't. All they need to tell me is their name.
All
like
right.
If their name is Bob, and they give me their name, and they say Bob, all I need is just to hear it. That's all.
All right. Would you like to meet the X Zone Nation, David?
Yes. I'd like to. I'd like you to have a flag for the nation.
Well, you know what? Between you and I'm sure we can come up with some very interesting designs. All right, let's go to our first caller tonight for David Champion. By the way, David's website is www.davidchampion.com. www.davidchampion.com. And for those of you around the world who get the X Chronicles newspaper, yes, he's the David Champion that we advertise in the X Chronicles newspaper. Once again, his website is www.davidchampion.com. Our first caller tonight, David, is Kamel in Ottawa. Kamel, welcome to the X Zone.
Well, hello, guys.
And how are you doing tonight?
Good, and how are you?
Any better, and I just couldn't take it. In fact, if I was any better tonight, I would call up our premier and give him back the OHIP card.
he will ask you for more money after that.
Hey, well, they do that anyway, don't they? Kamel, what is your question for David?
Well, David, I am working for the same company for last 4 years, haven't gone anywhere else, like no promotions or anything like that. So I want to know where my career is heading. And second, I recently started investing in real estate and bought my second property, and I have bought 2 more which are going to be available to me next year. How is that going to work out for me?
Okay, with your career, it feels like you're in a position. You're the middle part of a sandwich, like the Oreo part of. You're the filling in a sandwich, and you feel like you're being squished and pressured. Do you see that in your job?
Kamel, are you there?
I'm listening, but I can't hear her.
Can I?
Can you speak a little louder, David?
Yes, you feel like you're the middle part of a sandwich. You feel very squished, judged, and pressured. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's my job, yes.
Yes. And what I feel is that, you can stay there forever, but if you're expecting to move up, it probably will not happen. As far as your real estate property, you're going to do very, very well. You're going to do very well.
So I should look for a career change in that company, I guess, move out or...
Well, I don't think there's going to be anything in that. You need to move in that. You need to move because you're stuck. You're the middle filling in the sandwich.
Okay.
It's not going to happen.
Okay, I got it. Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, take care of yourself. Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. 1-877-528-8255. That is toll-free throughout the U.S., Canada, Alaska, and Hawaii. My special guest this hour is David Champion, and his website is www.davidchampion.com. And he also has a toll-free number, Exonation, at 1-877-702-8599. That's 1-877-702-8599. David, when you take a look at the world that we're in today, what do you see for the future of the world? Is that a loaded question or what?
Well, actually, I thought you might ask that, so I was totally prepared. I believe we're coming to an end of a tremendous long disease. Mm-hmm. And the disease is hating and killing each other for seriously stupid reasons. I believe Obama is an astonishingly wise man, and I believe, from a psychic point of view, that this is going to signal a shift, a profound shift in people stopping being so profoundly stupid and hating each other. I believe this is the beginning of a more enlightened age.
It's about time, isn't it, David?
Yeah, I mean, why are we hurting each other?
Because we're humans and we're stupid.
I think that's closer to the truth. We do what we've always done, and that's been stupid. We've been stupid.
I was talking to Michael Levy earlier tonight, and we were talking about simplicity. And you know what? Life is simple. We complicate it.
Yes, I would say that's very true, especially in relationships.
Big time. Let's go to our next caller, David. We have Murphy on the phone with us. Hey, Murphy, how are you tonight?
Hey, hi.
Murphy, speak up for me, please.
Oh, hi, can you hear me?
Barely.
Okay. I can barely hear you, too, but I'll yell loud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Murphy, what's your question?
Okay,
honey?
The question is, in our office now, there is a gentleman who just kind of entered the office, the workspace, recently started. But he seems to have, in my opinion, though, some kind of like a personality disorder where he seems to be very paranoid. He thinks people's watching him all the time. And it's really difficult for me to interact with this gentleman.
Does he wear tinfoil on his head?
No, but it's spooking me out a little bit. Do you see anything around this?
Well, I actually think he does have some sort of, what I see is it's hard to even describe it, but a sort of like an energy field around him. He is super, super sensitive about anything related to criticism of him or anything he does. This person feels, I would say, mentally ill. I mean, he overreacts. He has, I would call, mini temper tantrums. He can't handle any kind of just anything, any normal situation, he will not last. You need to find good luck to you. Very
Wait a minute, I'm
gentle
sorry,
ways.
he won't last?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
No.
do you see how long?
I'm getting a 3. It's either 3 years, 300 years.
In how many years?
No, I actually think it's 3 weeks.
Oh. And what about myself in this position?
What do you mean?
Well, do you see me staying where I'm at then?
No, you feel like you're being pushed out.
Oh, I do? Okay.
Yeah. I see a giant eraser erasing something, and I can't figure out what does that have to do with your career or job.
Okay, because I've been thinking about, changing.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. This does not feel like a healthy environment.
No, it's not.
It feels like everyone's watching you.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah.
Murphy, I want to thank you very much for calling tonight. Have a
Murphy,
great weekend.
Murphy?
Yeah?
You have a great personality. People really like you. Trust yourself. You need to get over some of this fear. Oops.
All right, we have to
Thanks
take
a
our
lot.
break. Good night now.
Okay.
1-877-528-8255 is toll-free throughout the U.S., Canada, Alaska, and Hawaii. David Champion is our special guest. If you'd like to give us a call and speak to David, lines are open at 1-877-528-8255. His website, www.davidchampion.com. We'll be back after this news break. Don't go away.
This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi, you can still listen to the X-Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell, The Science of Magic with Gwilda Wiyaka, X-1, Dimension X, Space Patrol, and every minute of the X-Zone Broadcast Network by calling 213-401-0080, courtesy of Audio Now. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan, and it's free if you have unlimited minutes. Call 213-401-0080 to listen on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Remember 213-401-0080 for the best of the paranormal, parapsychology, and sci-fi radio programming anywhere, 24/7, 365.
David Champion is our special guest this hour. His website is www.davidchampion.com, and you can call David toll-free for a private consultation at 1-877-702-8599. That's 1-877-702-8599. David, we're going back to our phones. We have Mike joining us now. Mike listens to us on AM 580 CFRA in Ottawa. Hi, Mike. How are you tonight?
Hi, Rod and David.
And, Mike, what is your question for...
I'd like to know about my finances.
About your finances?
My business and finances.
Your business and your finances,
Yes,
okay.
please.
What specifically would you like to know?
Well, I'd like to know how things are developing, you know.
Well, what I see is
financial security.
Slow, or you really need a plan because...
I can't hear you very well, Dave.
It appears you really need a plan because right now it doesn't look so good. It looks like it's you're I don't want to say you're in trouble, but you need more substance. You need more planning. You need more something because right now it doesn't look good.
Okay. Any suggestions?
But you knew that before you called, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's right. You need to use the resources you have, not panic. Figure it out. Figure it out. There are resources around you, but you're not delving into them.
I'm not what?
You haven't used what you have.
Okay.
You really haven't used what you have.
So, in other words, I have to take advantage of any situation that could be.
You have to take advantage. You have to do an inventory. You have to figure it out. I don't think this is a time to panic. I think this is a time to look at and see what you have. And by the way, remember this. Help is as near as the ends of your hands. You are capable of doing this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks very much, Mike, for giving us a call. Have a great weekend.
Bye now.
Bye-bye now. 1-877-528-8255 is toll-free. Leo in Ottawa, welcome to the X Zone. And, Leo, what is your question for David?
My question is, what will my health be like in the upcoming next year?
Well, the first thing I feel is, Leo, do you have some kind of heart problem or something on that side?
No heart problems, no.
No. What am I feeling on the heart side? Is it what is it on that heart side?
The heart side?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with my heart.
No, on the heart side, is there a problem on that side?
No.
Okay. The thing I felt was you feel tired, exhausted, and sort of worn out.
That's correct.
Yeah. And more than anything else, you need a break in your worrying.
Okay.
Is that not a case?
I don't notice if I worry a lot, but I do have fatigue issues quite a bit.
Yeah. You seem stuck on certain mental patterns. Do you see that?
Yes.
You need to practice and think about and focus on humor.
Okay.
Being funny.
Okay.
Go buy yourself some fart cushions.
Okay.
Because you're concerned about your perspective and your life and your everything. Change it around. Get a sense of humor. Break out of this. And among other things, see if you can help and learn to love other people. You're somewhat angry.
Okay.
Do you see that? Angry, depressed.
Okay.
Am I not correct?
I'd say you're correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you like to ask another question while we've got a few minutes here?
Okay, another question. What's potential for a potential relationship? With the opposite gender.
With the opposite gender.
Yeah.
Well, it all depends on how much Home and Garden TV you watch.
Well, that's an interesting question because you feel to me like what I call a cave person.
Well, that's...
A cave person is somebody who works and goes home to their cave.
Okay.
Is that not you?
That's me.
Yeah. You got to get out of your cave.
Okay.
You've had 1, 2, 3 relationships that have not gone well. Is that correct?
Quite a few. Yes.
Well, I'm feeling 3 big ones.
Okay.
And there's a lot of people who would like you, but when you see someone in a skirt who's interested in you, I get the feeling you run like hell.
Okay.
So give people a chance.
Okay.
Women are not going to hurt you, honest.
Okay.
No, I see a very good potential if you'll get out of your cave.
Okay. Thank you.
And the other thing is you have a really nice smile and a really nice way. Give people a chance.
Okay. Thank you, David.
Okay. Bye.
Take care of yourself, Leo. Have a great weekend. 1-877-528-8255. Toll free throughout the U.S., Canada, Alaska, and Hawaii. David Champion is our special guest. www.davidchampion.com, or you can call him toll free at 1-877-702-8599. Lines are open. Lines are open at 1-877-528-8255. David, it's the first time I've ever heard somebody be gender-specific when asking about their love life. But hey, this is the X Zone. Anything's possible.
I get that. People asking about gay relationships.
Really?
Oh yeah.
And
I've come to see things in a totally different way on a lot of issues. Most of our relationships we own them. We possess people. I don't know too many people who gently love and gently allow. Most people don't.
I guess
Most people talk about their children. If they do that, I will, and they're threatening.
Yeah.
They're threatening them. You want the highest and best for your children and for the people around you. We've got to stop being so
demanding.
Thank you. That's perfect.
You're welcome. Let's go back to our phones.
That was very psychic. I love it.
By the way, the number you're thinking of is 74.
Oh, that's amazing.
I know. You taught me well. Let's go back to our phones. Michelle, welcome to the X Zone. What is your question for David?
I've got a question with regards to travel. I'm just wondering if I will be traveling this year, internationally.
Okay, the question is, are you going to travel internationally?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where are you, just roughly? Because I see traveling, but I see it's confusing to me. So if you're one place, I'll draw the map the other way. But if you're another place, I'll draw it the other way.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm in Ontario.
Oh, okay. So what I see is I don't think you're going to Europe. It feels like you're coming to the United States.
Oh, okay.
I see like a giant half moon.
Okay.
Is this leisure travel?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So the travel that you're expecting or that you're anticipating, is it for your leisure or is it for
business?
Your work?
No, for leisure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't see you going straight up, which is not the moon, but further up into Canada. It feels like you're coming down and making a, how do I describe this? I wish I could show this to you. Like a soft L.
A soft L.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
Huh.
From where you are, it feels toward California.
Really?
Soft L.
Okay. That's interesting.
What would be a more specific question? I could...
Okay, a more specific question. I've been working on a project.
Would it be possible to speak up a little bit?
Sure. I've been working on a project.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering at what point will I complete it?
Is this a writing project?
Yes.
Well, what I see is you're self-critical.
Mm.
And you start it, and you stop it, and you say, oh, no, I need to rewrite that project, or read that paragraph. You understand?
Uh-huh.
You have to finish the damn thing. Finish it.
So do you see completion?
I see if you'll stop, just get to the end of it.
Okay.
And then give it to a third party, and good or bad, let them evaluate it. You're too close to it. Doing that will then move it on to publication. It feels like either a mystery or a romance. Which one?
Neither.
What is it?
It's fictional.
Well, it's fictional. Okay. It's fictional, but it's writing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to complete it, because it feels like this has been going on many years. Correct?
A couple.
A couple, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But you've been thinking about it a couple of years. You need to finish it as quickly as possible.
Okay. Time is right, eh?
Enough, and you're trying to get it perfect. You're not going to get it perfect. Just get it done, and that's what editors are paid for.
Okay, then, fantastic.
But I'm very optimistic for you.
Really?
I'm very optimistic for you.
Okay, well, that's good to hear.
Thanks very much for giving us a call tonight, Michelle, and have a wonderful weekend.
You too, thank you.
Bye-bye now. 1-877-528-8255 is the toll-free number to give us a call here at the X Zone if you'd like to ask David Champion a question or two about your future. If you'd like to contact David for a personal one-on-one consultation, his toll-free number is 1-877-702-8599. That's 1-877-702-8599, and his website is www.davidchampion.com. David, one of our listeners who has sent me an MSN message would like me to ask you about the economy. How do you see the economy in the next couple of years?
Now I appreciate that very much. Thank you, listener, very much. It's what we all believe. This happened worldwide because we believe in scarcity.
Scarcity?
Scarcity. Okay. We believe in lack of prosperity. We believe in fear. Mm-hmm. But the reality is there is no fear unless we make it. And there's plenty of prosperity.
So we've got nothing to fear but fear itself.
I think I've heard that before.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
I thought I picked it up from your psychic waves.
But basically that's it. We create it. And so if we decide the economy is fine and we act like the economy is fine, the economy is fine. The problem is we really don't know how to handle this. Years ago, I watched my father buy a car, and he walked in, and first thing he did was kick the tires. So when I was grown up, I kicked the tires. My father then opened the hood, and he made stupid comments about the various things. I opened the hood when I was buying a car, and I made stupid comments. Years later, I realized, my God, I didn't know the first thing about a car, and I didn't know how to buy a car. And this is exactly what we're faced with. We don't know what to do, and we're acting stupid. We need to act with great courage and have faith and move. Stop hiding. Stop shutting down, both in relationships and in our spending patterns. We need to have faith and spend. I mean it.
All right. Makes sense. Let's go to our next caller. Ken, welcome to the X Zone. What is your question for David? Hello? Caller, are you there? Hi.
Hello.
Who's this, Ken?
Yes.
Hey, Ken, how are you tonight?
Not too bad.
All right, Ken, what is your question for David?
I would just like to know what he sees in my career and also in my love life.
Okay, what is it you do for a career?
I drive a shuttle.
A shuttle?
Mm-hmm.
A plane?
Yeah, it's for an airport, yeah.
Okay. The first thing I feel is that you feel, sort of stuck.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes, I do.
Unchallenged. And therefore unmotivated. And you're somewhat angry at, I don't know if it's your supervisor or your managers. It's like, recognize me. You feel like a kid who has his hand up in the class and is never called on.
Well, that's true.
Is that you?
Yes, sir.
I think it's time for you to find another company a smaller company or a larger company, but not this company.
Gentlemen, I hate to do this, but we have to take a commercial break. Ken, can you please stay on the line with us?
I certainly will.
And David, you and I will be right back on the other side of this commercial break. X Zone Nation, to contact David Champion for a one-on-one reading, 1-877-702-8599. That's 1-877-702-8599. And his website is www.davidchampion.com. Monday night, Michael Luckman will be joining me to discuss Paul McCartney's conspiracy theory and Michael Jackson's connection to UFOs and aliens. That's this coming Monday here on the X Zone, live and around the world on the Talkstar Radio Network from our studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada.
This is the X Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
19 Sergeant Central. 19 Sergeant, check. Officers on the scene.
Hi, I'm Larry Lawson, host of Paranormal Stakeout. With over 36 years in law enforcement, I have learned a few things. The most important is the proper gathering and preservation of evidence is vital to putting the bad guy behind bars. It's no different in the world of paranormal investigation. Whether it's the search for the afterlife, cryptozoology, UFOs, and extraterrestrials, how we gather the evidence, preserve that evidence, and present it to a jury of our peers will make the ultimate difference in proving the existence of worlds and entities that are beyond our imagination. Join me, Larry Lawson, every week on Paranormal Stakeout when, along with my guests, we'll take a journey to prove with indisputable evidence what man has struggled to believe for centuries. Go to xzbn.net for the broadcast schedule and check me out at paranormalstakeout.com.
True healing must address 4 levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, for us to live joyful and productive lives. We tend to treat 3 of the 4, leaving the spiritual languishing. If you're tired of the same dysfunctional patterns cropping up in your life, Soul Balancing is for you. Trixie Phelps, owner and founder of Soul Balancing, is a naturally gifted energy healer trained in numerous esoteric forms, including shamanism. Trixie has created a powerful modality that safely and effectively clears your energetic field. A soul balancing session can remove interference, heal trauma, and restore your hope. Contact Trixie for a life-changing long-distance session today, www.soulbalancing.world.
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity of thanking all our guests tonight, Stephen Willett and Elvis Podvorak from the Shadows Project in Niagara. Hour number 2, we had Michael Levy talking about his new book, and he is a professional optimist, and his website is pointoflife.com. Elizabeth Aglin joined us in hour number 3, psychic reader, scientific remote viewer, animal communicator, evidential spirit medium, Reiki master, and alien abductee. I still don't buy her story, but anyway, she was on with us. And my guest this hour, David Champion. And if you'd like to contact David for a private reading, 1-877-702-8599. And his website is www.davidchampion.com. We have Ken on the line with us. And David, I'm sorry that we had to go to the break, so please continue, good sir.
Ken, what's your question?
Oh, I was just wondering about my love life. If there's anything going to be in
What is the question more specifically?
What kind of relationship, or if I'm going to have a relationship.
Okay, the first thing I feel is that there's a real sluggishness in your energy. You feel very shy. Is that not correct?
That's true.
Yeah. You need to find a situation, whether if you can't directly go up and approach a young woman, then what you have to do is get involved in things you like, whether it's mountain climbing, or whether it's gardening, or whether it's caring for animals or something, and develop a relationship that way.
Okay.
You need to step out of your cave. You really need to get out.
All right.
Women are not going to knock on your door and say, "Hi, I really need a boyfriend. Can you be?" Nothing's going to happen unless you take the initiative.
Okay.
It's either that or the person who delivers your pizza is a girl, and you've got pizza in common.
I haven't seen a woman delivering pizza yet.
So, if you're asking me what do I see, unless you take action, I don't see a whole lot of romance coming your way.
Hey, now, wait a sec. You work at an airport, right, driving a shuttle?
Yes, I do.
With all those stewardesses.
Hello. I hear you, but they're pretty in a hurry when they come out of here.
Well, you know what you do? You get yourself a T-shirt. And on the back of the T-shirt, put a little classified ad for yourself.
Okay. My company will go over good with that one.
I guess so. Well, you could wear it to the local pub and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Ken, thanks very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much.
Good night now.
Have a good.
And my good friend David, thank you very much for joining us. Always great having you on, David. And all I can say is thanks, and we look forward to the next time you're with us here on the X Zone.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Rob.
You take care of yourself.
You too.
And stay out of trouble, and keep the comedy up.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the encouragement.
Bye-bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
David Champion, www.davidchampion.com. Well, that's it for tonight, X-Zone Nation. Wow, what a fast week. I'd like to thank my producer at Master Control, the one and only Sir Alec, for keeping us up on the 4 big satellites in the sky. Galaxy 4R, Telstar 7, Aglia 2, and on satellite G3, and on TalkStarRadio.com streaming audio. To my wife and senior producer, Laura Rogers, thank you, sweetie. And don't forget the new TV show that is coming out called Paragators, Police and Scientists Investigating Claims of the Paranormal. It's going to be a great series. www.paragators.org. So until Monday at 10 o'clock, have a great weekend, everyone, and always keep your eyes to the sky and your heart to the light. Have a great weekend, my friends.